Hey, my friends, how are you? Welcome to another complete and informative video here at Home Race, where we will now talk about important news coming from McLaren for this final stretch of the season, and that could lead to the title for the team and Lando Norris. But quickly, first of all, subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any details about this final stretch of the season. And if you like straightforward videos like this one, leave a like to support our work. Well, this season, one of the most common things has been teams bringing updates to their cars, and they don't work as expected, with Ferrari dropping off a lot after a good start, Mercedes also taking a few steps back at times, and finally Red Bull making a mistake with an update and seriously damaging its performance. But one of the teams that has gotten it right in practically all of them is McLaren, which has only improved this year, and especially after the Miami GP, where it brought a new, completely revised floor, took over as the fastest car on the current grid. After this major update, the team barely made any major strides in terms of new parts, only making small adjustments to what they already had, with new details on the edge of the floor, changes to the front and rear wings and other areas, avoiding changes to the floor, which is currently one of the most sensitive areas of these ground effect cars. But for this final stretch, even though they still have the strongest car, the team decided to trust their engineering team, and information indicates that a new floor may be brought in for this weekend's race, the United States GP. Speaking about this decision to take a risk, even though they already have an interesting advantage over Red Bull, team boss Andrea Stella says that yes, they are thinking about this new planned update, especially after seeing what other teams have gone through due to floor changes during the season. But even so, he says that they need to trust the process and that this is the way they have worked so far, with it working out well. Stella mentions that in this process, they took longer than all their rivals to introduce new features precisely because they tested the new features to the limits, so that once installed in the car, these parts would deliver the expected performance without surprises or side effects. Explaining more about this decision, the team boss states that seeing their rivals, especially Ferrari and Red Bull, they cannot afford to stand still, since on some tracks, Red Bull has shown a very similar performance and Ferrari was very fast in Singapore, even though they did not achieve a good result. So, they need to remain aggressive when it comes to developing their car, since nothing is decided yet this season, with Norris still having 52 points to take from Verstappen if he wants to be world champion. So, McLaren should be updated this week. So, tell me, do you think this is the right decision? Or should they be more conservative and not take so many risks in this final stretch?